Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet and Crime, where I crochet and I tell true crime stories. Today we will be talking about Sarah Stern. This case is not really that well known, which is kind of upsetting because this is a very intense case. So yeah, I would like to put out a quick disclaimer. There's nothing really too big with this story, except it does talk about mental illnesses and like depression and anxiety and all that other stuff. So yeah, if you're sensitive to any of that stuff, I suggest you click away. And with that, let's get into it. Sarah Stern was a 19-year-old girl. She was an only child, and she was seen as an amazing, beautiful, talented young girl. And, everyone loved her, everyone was friendly with her, she was friendly with everybody else. And, yeah. One night, an Uber driver found a car and called the police because they found it a little suspicious. And when the police came over, they looked at the license plate and saw that it belonged to Sarah's grandmother, but she did not take the car out that night. Sarah did. And that raised the question, where is Sarah? So everyone was posting about her, even some of her friends who were influencers were posting. Everyone was trying to find Sarah because they couldn't hear from her, nobody could reach to her. And yeah, a neighbor spoke out and said that Sarah had dropped off some of her mother's things since her mother passed away and she had a lot of her stuff. So she had dropped off the boxes and she was with a friend, Liam Makatosny. The neighbor also said that Sarah seemed upset, but they brushed it off as she was upset to see her mother's things. So police went to talk to Liam as he was the last person to see her, and he told investigators that him and Sarah were running a few errands, and he said that Sarah mentioned being unwell and wanting to take her own life. She said she was also having issues with her dad and she just wanted to leave. There were a few neighbors who had security footage that proved what Liam was saying was true, like where they went, and they even saw Liam leaving her house to go to his job. One of the places that they had went to was the bank, so the police went to the bank and decided to look through what they were doing, and they said that Sarah took money from her safety deposit, and so her family said that it was probably just her running away. Some people weren't really buying it. They were saying the story didn't really add up. They were saying since she had a lot of money in her bank account, why didn't she take all that money to run away or anything like that? Why did she leave a huge amount of money and only take a little bit of money? The police go to Sarah's house and go through her room. They found her passport and some Canadian money. So that threw them off a little bit. She said she would run away to Canada, but her passport and some Canadian money were actively at her house where she was not. So that threw the police off just a tad. So they were thinking she abandoned the car and took her own life. So they gathered search parties and they had helicopters flying through the air, trying to at least find her body. And they searched bodies of water, thinking that she jumped off a bridge. And 2 months go by, nothing. Until Anthony Curry, who was best friends with Liam. And they both loved horror movies. They both loved pitching ideas to each other of movie ideas and and like sci-fi movie ideas, horror movie ideas, all that other mumbo jumbos. They would tell each other those types of things. And so Anthony went to the police and told them about a really weird thing that Liam was saying. He said Liam pitched an idea about a movie about killing a girl by strangling her and then throwing her off a bridge. Little fishy, huh? Little weird you're saying that, Liam, huh? A little weird. So police were like, where were you a few months ago? Like, we could have used this information like as soon as Sarah went missing. Like, why come in now? And he said he didn't think of it or anything like that until he heard of Sarah's disappearance. And he also said that Liam contacted him and asking if police had talked to him or asked him any questions. And when Anthony said no, Liam said that they needed to talk. Police started to put things together. One time when they interviewed Liam, like at the beginning of Sarah's disappearance, Liam, he asked if she did jump off a bridge, wouldn't she be in the ocean? And like the police didn't think anything of it until they got this new information. So the police did something a little risky, a little crazy, and they asked Anthony if he would help in a sting operation. To try to get a confession or like some sort of evidence or something. They just wanted something out of Liam. And so they were going to have Anthony call Liam and ask for money and say that he needed money to fix a camera. And the police were saying that if Liam unalived Sarah, he may have taken the money that Sarah had inherited from her mother. So Anthony calls Liam, asks if he has some of Sarah's money for the camera, and Liam was silent, gave a quick maybe, and then asked if they could meet up and not talk over the phone. So Anthony waits in his car, and Liam pulls up and gets into Anthony's car so that they can talk. And little did Liam know that the police put tiny little cameras everywhere so that they can see and hear so they can see and hear everything. And thank God they did that, because Liam asked Anthony if he can feel him up for wires. He said he wished he got more money, and he wished he got 50 to 100,000, but he only got 10,000. And then he goes on to say that he was planning Sarah's murder for 6 months. He said he wanted to end her because he knew she got a crap ton of money from her mom, who passed away, and he said that the boxes that Sarah took were filled with old money. Like, they were very worn down, that he was terrified of touching them in fear of them disintegrating. So when Sarah found the money, of course she told Liam because he was her best friend, and she was going to use the money to go to Canada to get away from her dad. And Liam said he didn't want to do it alone, so he asked his friend Preston to help him out, and they planned it out to seem like a suicide. And after they strangled Sarah, Liam put her in her bathroom, and he went to work, which was the cue for Preston to go and take Sarah. He dragged her outside and put her in the bushes, so when Liam got home from work, they took Sarah to the river and they took her money and dumped her. So when Liam is describing this, he is getting like really cocky about it and how he managed to like throw off the police in such an amazing way. You know, leaving the keys in the ignition of the car whenever the Uber driver found the car in the first place. And, you know, he was like, yeah, he was genius. Absolute big brain movement. Anthony is keeping his cool, like, making small comments and being like, oh yeah, wow. Like, he's really trying to make sure that Liam doesn't know that he's like freaking out right now. Cause like, who wouldn't be freaking out if your friend just told you that they committed a murder for money and like $10,000? Like, you would be like a little freaked out. Sorry, decreasing is the worst. Just gotta let you know. With all of this, Liam was arrested on February 2nd, 2017, and he had a buttload of charges. He was charged with first-degree felony murder, first-degree murder, first-degree robbery, second-degree desecration of human remains, and second-degree conspiracy to desecrate human remains, and second-degree hindering words. On July 15th, 2017, they held a celebration of Sarah's life, since they couldn't exactly do a funeral. And Preston decided to testify against Liam as a plea bargain, and he stated that it started off as a burglary, but then switched up. He made a public apology and was sentenced to 18 years, without possibility of parole. And Liam's team said that Preston was a liar, and without a body, there was no evidence that he killed Sarah. The confession? Bunch of jokes. Just a big old goof. He was sentenced to life without parole. So yeah, I'll finish this up and I'll be right back. Alrighty, here's the finished product. It is a little stress ball. So yeah, I really love the colors. I'm sorry, you can't really see it on camera a lot, but in real life it's actually really dope. So yeah, another thing that has really cool colors, by the way, which I'm super proud of. Sorry to burst your entertainment bubble. Look at this. I made a pillow cover. And I love it so much. And I can always like change it out, but like, it's so cool. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to slash that like button and stab that subscribe button. Alrighty, see you all next week. Bye!